Now ahead, somewhere in the next sort of quarter of a mile, there is a water point, and I must find it. This is the most crucial part. I cannot afford to miss this water point. I just can't do it. Not happening. According to my map, it is 0.16 miles away, and I can see some boats moored on the left. So there's going to be a gap in between the boats where I can fill up. Now hopefully no one's going to be selfish and moor up on the water point or half blocking it, as I've found some people do. I've found that in the past. Some people will moor up where half their boat is over the water point. It's a beautiful little place. Look, on this side you've just got meadows going on for what looks like it could be miles. Lovely landscape. On this side, again, fields, it's rural. Weedon Bec is up there somewhere. So let's just hope that these guys no one's been naughty and moored on the water point. They don't normally, it is a rare thing, but when it's your last shot, you do start to sort of panic. 0.12 miles. So I'm going super slow, and I'm wide of those boats to give myself a good sweep in. There's a big gap in the moored boats. This has got to be the water point coming up. I think I can see the tap. It looks like a tap. So I'm just using momentum now. Let's hope there's rings or something I can bloody moor on. Here we go. Thankfully there's bloody rings, so we won't have a drama this time. This is coming back to me. I filled up at this water point back in the day. How weird is that? I remember there was a queue. There was a guy who wanted to use it. Well, while I was filling up, he came with a jug. Whoa. Right. First off, let's stop the boat and get it in. Right. Yeah. I've had scattered memories coming back south of things that I visited, and this is one of them. Make sure it works, yeah. Fully open it. I couldn't open it. Someone had tightened it. There's one incident I remember at this very water point when I was on my way north 4 years ago. Someone had tightened it to such an extent I couldn't loosen the tap. Right. It's a little bit of a stiff one, this one. I can't get a proper grip on it. Right, I need something to help me grip. I've done the hose too tight. Right, this'll do. Right. Right, okay. So I've got the hose off. It's not going to help me, but what I will do is at least get it away. So before I do that, I'm going to give it a quick wipe as it goes in, because it did get in contact with the floor. There we go. Okay. I'm going to have one more go getting that adapter off the tap, and then I'll use pliers on it. I've over tightened it, I've done something. Anyway, gloves, better gloves might do it. This is a dirty glove, but that is an unspeakable glove. I think I've probably used this for rubbish bags, which is very regrettable. Isn't it ironic that I have trouble at the same tap 4 years later? There we go. Anyway, got it loose with that. Okay, doesn't look like there's any boats coming, so I'll give it a decent shove. And away we go. Right. I remember some guy, I was trying to fill up at that water point. Just there. And someone had tightened it so tight, I couldn't do it. And I was wrestling with it for a bit. My hands were getting tired, fingers were getting tired. And some guy appeared and managed to undo it. A younger and stronger gentleman, or stronger hands anyway. Right, rugby boats. There'll be a wharf. It's been so long since I've gone past here that I've no memory of this. Sorry, I was at Kevin's boasting to me that he's getting a free breakfast. Not only am I not getting one, he's getting his free. I'm disgusted and appalled. Noticed the boaters are not quite as effusive. That's a word I used to use an awful lot. They're not quite as friendly about saying hello as I remember them being at some other places. So I rang Rugby and he said there's a wharf and it looks like that's it. I think I can see it. I could do with a diesel top up. Ooh, now then. Do you know what? I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered today. So basically, once I'm done here with my 6 bags of coal, I can just press on. Here's another wide beam up ahead as well. You won't see it yet. Right, so let's get tied up. I might stay on one rope again. I'm in neutral, yeah. Might as well stay here. I'll come back here because I'm leave space for another boat. If another boat turns up, they can stop. Yeah, no worries. Just some coal, please.
Was that you on the phone earlier?
It was, yeah.
So you want 6 bags of, we do Stove Bro, Winter Blaze, Excel and Soup Firm. They're all £20 each, or 6 as you want for 110.
Right. Super Therm, not a big fan. Tried that actually. I think just Excel, you know. Yeah. Just go with Excel. They're tried and trusted.
Everyone else goes with.
Yeah, might as well. It's the one you sort of know and love. Right. Do you need a hand with anything, or you? Sure. I always like having a nose round of it to Chandlery, but it's a boat sales place primarily. So I was looking initially, theoretically, I was looking for what my boat might go for. Are you looking for the chap?
Yeah, he said he won't be a minute.
Oh right, I was going to say, yeah, he's just gone to get coal. Yeah. Are you looking to buy or?
Yeah.
Really? Oh wow. Wow. Very exciting.
Well, today's the first day. We've just been up to Walton.
Yeah.
A couple of boats up there.
Yeah.
Is that
Just-
yours?
Oh yeah, this is mine, yeah, but what I was going to say.
Have you been doing it long?
I've been on board for about 4 years now. I bought just during the first lockdown in 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice to be on a canal though, wasn't it the best place to be?
It was pretty, well,
Were
it
you
was the end.
restricted?
How would you like it?
Oh, sorry, yeah. I'll just put it on the roof. So, anyway, here's fine. So, yeah, no, it was great. It was great. And it's a great lifestyle. Yeah, I live on it full time, but it's a great lifestyle, you know, it's brilliant. I'll just load up and then I'll pop in when you're...
You've come for your coal.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm not just here to buy a boat, yeah. Well, to be honest, in a few months I might be selling one.
Oh, well, you know where we are.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But no, it's a fantastic lifestyle. It's absolutely unique.
Yeah, well, we camper.
Well, this is what, you know what's
In a
interesting?
camper van for 7 years.
You've lived in one?
Yeah.
No.
For 7 years. So
I'm going the other way.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, I'm looking to buy a motorhome. Right. You need to be fairly handy with the coal as well, you'll notice. But it's not too bad. But you see the mess, you do get into a bit of a mess. That's why I wear these worksite trousers. I see people cruising around with like chinos on and all sorts. How do you get away with that? How do you manage that? When you're out actually cruising on the canal, it is kind of a bit more scruffy. It looks awful, but decent clothes would just be ruined.
Motorhome and rural France.
I'll be in a sec. Sorry, madam, anyway. I do apologise. Yeah, what a coincidence. No, it's okay. I don't want to distract you. It's just really weird because I'm thinking of selling up and travelling in a motorhome. This lady's just doing the opposite.
Oh, okay. You normally get people like to do both at the same time.
Well, ideally, but it's quite expensive as well. So, yeah, sadly not. Yeah, well, thank you. Best way to do this, put it flat in front of you like that, and then just lift, and over it goes. But I've got to stop for a diesel top up. These are the 25 kg packs as well. They're absolutely beastly. The weight of them. Honestly. See the state my hands are in. The shoulders of my coat. Fortunately, it's a black coat. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. I've just missed him. He's taken off with that couple to show them boats. Damn and blast. Oh God. If I'd have just been 10 seconds earlier. I'm not that fussed on the speed. It's just well, I am a little bit, because I've got to get moored up still. I've got another mile or two still to go. But look at this, this is interesting. This is a boat that's out. It's obviously what all these numbers are. It's had a hull survey. And you can see there are significant chunks and bits out of the steel. A very deep gash there. And they've written the numbers. These are related to the depth of steel in particular parts of the hull. They survey it with some kind of magic tool. So it must be up for sale, and the buyer has requested a survey of the hull. Fingers crossed it's all okay. And this is the thing, guys, the steel hulls don't last forever. Is it good news or bad with this one? Good news? Because I was just thinking, it looks like it's all eaten away along the bottom.
No, that's the amount of blacking that's on the boat.
Oh, is that all that is? Ah, right. Oh, well, that's good news.
Yeah.
You wouldn't wish bad news on the poor seller.
The first day I refused to do it, and the jacket was too thick.
Right.
I've never heard anything like it in my life.
That does sound odd.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere.
It's the top end.
Right. So hopefully in the sort of 40 to 50 range we're still okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Lovely to meet you anyway. Have a nice afternoon. What's left of it. Bye for now. Now what happened, I was going to tie this properly and this rope got itself in an absolute mess. Well, I helped it obviously, but I've got to get the rope on the far side of the boat. I'll do that in a mo because the boat's swinging out. I've got to pull the boat back in to get a proper push off. There we go. Right, there we go. So let's push the back end out now. And we are on and on our way. Right. Bit of a narrow section coming up here as you leave Rugby, not helped by this wide beam who's moored there. Right. There's two boats side by side on the right and there's this wide beam on the left, so I'm just going in between them. There's plenty of space, but it would be more of an issue if it was summer. I'd have to be a bit more judicious about going through, but it's winter and the place is empty. Right, so my next move, my last move of the day, is probably about a mile or so. It's funny, these guys, these boat brokers, right, they're very civilised, nice people when you talk to them and ring them up and just want to chat about stuff in general. As I did, you know, the price of coal, the congestion on the, I don't know, whatever. I've just made that one up, but you know. Anyway, they're lovely and chatty and bubbly and, you know, just nice, just really nice guys. But the moment your quiet inquiries turn to the actual selling of your boat to them, their eyes sort of narrow. They get this kind of ruthless look in their eyes and they're all business, as you would expect. Yeah, suddenly they were like all business. Oh, you know, what year is it? What engine is it? Oh, that paintwork, you know, all of a sudden. And the thing is, they're only selling it for you, they're not even buying it off you themselves, I think. Some do. They're the middleman. But all of a sudden they're all business. They're all pounds, shillings, pence and business. And, you know, look, if they're a broker, if they're selling your boat, that's the way you want them to be. Oh, here's a boat coming. Right. And we're going to meet. These guys in the GRPs are very agile, so we'll have no problem missing each other. There we go. Cheers. Cheers, mate. I'm a bit of an oddity in these parts, with a northern accent, and I guess in particular with a Liverpudlian accent. I do feel like a bit of an oddity. By far the predominant accent is the southern one. I joke around calling it Cockney and everything. I know it's nothing like, you know, East End, London, it's completely different. I know all that. But I do like to joke about it, don't I? I like having a laugh. I'm having a laugh. Well, I'm the only one having the laugh, to be fair. Nobody else will be. What is that? There's a building. Anyway, look, there's all sorts of weird buildings around. This is a place of weird looking houses. It really is, honestly. We're miles from major towns as well. The nearest major town to the south, I think, is Milton Keynes, and is that 20 miles away? So I could stop anywhere I want to now, but I've got a bit of a mission. I've got to reach the post office in Nether Hayford. I've got to reach that post office, well, in the next day or few days, because my Amazon thing has been sat there for 3-4 days because I was delayed at Weedon Bec. But I'm glad I was, because I had that sort of preliminary evaluation, or just evaluation, no E on the beginning, of the boat. Because there is the possibility that I'll be considering selling. Well, I am considering selling. This is a whole, I don't want to go into it now, because I want to have a discussion when I've got a long stretch of canal ahead that's very boring and there's nothing to see. But this is quite interesting. We're going through some low hills. This is an interesting little section, and I don't want to just overlook it while I prattle on about my reasons for probably wanting to sell the boat. Well, look up there. Got a bunch of geese down here, coexisting happily with ducks, by the way, so that's good. These Canada geese farm up on the hill, and I feel like we're sort of going along the side of a hill. And I remember having this feeling when I was on the Macclesfield last winter. Well, look at that, amazing place. Full of character, a genuine old building as well. There we go. We've got plenty of room here because in fact, we got moored boats, so I'm going to slow down. But that marina means we've got tons of space. Afternoon, folks. You're frozen. I think I'm a northerner, you see, that's what it is. It's funny, do you know, this is so weird, right? This is so weird. The guy on the boat who just passed said, "Oh, I'm freezing because my jacket is undone." Like, I don't think this is cold. It's kind of chilly, but it's not cold. I'm quite happy with a thin cotton shirt. No problem. I'm comfortable with a thick one. I'd be too warm. Anyway, but I remember, again, it's harkening back to 4 years ago when I was on this journey north 4 years ago. It was at Braunston, or close to Braunston, which admittedly is further back, so we're not in the same spot. But about, you know, the thing, what happened was I was going through Braunston. It was a kind of mid-September. It was a really blowy day. And it was cold, you know, it was a cold wind. It was it properly turned to autumn. But I'd left the coat inside. I would have probably put it on. But I was going through Braunston, and everybody had coats on and fleeces and jackets, all sorts. And I just had this thin cotton shirt. But, you know, I was tolerating it. It wasn't too bad because, I don't know. Well, I think partly I'm a northerner. No, I'm not a northerner. What am I? I'm trying that bullshit on you, the viewers. You know better. I mean, you know what a wimp I am for a kick-off. But anyway, I was tolerating it. It didn't seem that bad. And some guy was pulling a weird face at me as their boat passed mine. And he said, "Where's your coat? What's wrong with you?" or something. He looked horrified. And I was like, "Oh, I'm a northerner. It's fine." And I just realised I said the same thing to that guy. And I haven't really used that expression. Maybe it's because I've been up north anyway. But that situation of someone thinking, "What's wrong with me for not having a coat on?" that hasn't happened. That I can remember anyway. It hasn't happened. This is the first time it's happened when I've come back down to the south. So the scientist in me has to conclude that southerners are soft Jessies. To be honest, the evidence is there. That guy literally had this bubble jacket on up to his neck. Do you know what though, to be fair, sometimes if the breeze is in your face as opposed to coming from behind, that can make a difference to your comfort level. So yeah, certainly I'm no tough guy. That's for damn sure. You know, we all know that. The horseflies will tell you that. Anywhere in the next sort of mile, crowflies mile, so mile and a half, I could moor. I've got an unusual boat here. It looks like an ex-work boat. Looks like an ex-work boat with the square front. Maybe a current work boat. No, the solar panels on the roof do suggest it's being lived on. But that's definitely an ex-work boat. I didn't even think those things came up for sale, but there you go. Anyway, so I'm going round a bend. That's an English expression from the 70s, which suggests, you know, it was a slang expression meaning I am going mad. I'm going round a bend. Obviously, many viewers will already know of that, but some of my vast foreign audience wouldn't know, you see. So I've got to cater for Johnny Foreigner. Okay, so we're coming round the bend. This is a good spot. Now there's the sun in the south, but I feel like the path, very tempting because I get good solar here from that direction, but I need Nether Hayford, not least because actually there's a butcher in Nether Hayford. Hayford Meats, 5 stars on Google. I mean, I've got to try those guys. There's no 5-star butcher. It'll be a deli as well. Oh my God, there'll be pies. It will be sensational. So, I mean, it's not optional. It's virtually a legal requirement that I've got to visit that. Am I being an idiot going on? Because this is a superb spot. It's a beautiful spot. It really is. There's so much solar. I mean, look, you know, if we get a cloudy day, then it doesn't matter where the boat panels face and any of that. None of that matters. If we get a cloudy day in winter, you're getting nothing worth mentioning anyway. So there's a boat there. So there's a bit of company. I say company, quite often they won't talk to each other or you, but knowing that there's someone there is reassuring. And in winter, you know, because the smoke comes out of the chimney. That hasn't got a chimney. Anyway, there's a boat ahead. He's got a chimney. Reserved moorings. Oh, hello. What does that mean? Look. Waterside mooring. Maybe the people in the white cottage there. Maybe they've purchased the rights or rented the rights to moor. They've done that to stop boaters crowding out the front of their house and the view. That's what they've done that for. One thing we're not short of round here is space to moor, but these railway pylon things that you can see along the bank, they're right tight up to the railway sleeper arrangement, the iron bar, steel bar. It's right tight up against these stones behind it, so there's no room to get a rope in there. At Braunston there were gaps and people would drop ropes down in between and secure their boats that way. Great thing about cruising in the winter, and especially in the afternoon, you can just go through these places and very little chance you're going to meet someone coming the other way. There's something about doing 3 miles an hour that just, if I'm even doing that, 2.5, anyway, I'm not even going to get it. I said 2.5, then it immediately said 3, so we all know this thing is a damn liar. Slightly worrying that we're now moving away from Nether Hayford. I can see it through the trees. But there'll be a road passing over the canal shortly, and I'm hoping around there. This was marked as mooring as well on my map. That was marked as mooring. Anyway, I could have, but the towpath. Right, okay, Armco. I'm going to slow down because now we've got some Armco. So now we can get serious about the idea of mooring. We've got 2 boats moored here. There's a GRP. There's a GRP and there's a narrowboat. And then we should have the road bridge. Do you know, I don't know if it's looking that great after the bridge either. I'm starting to see boats lined up. So I got the impression there would be loads of options here. And I'm now about half a mile past Nether Hayford. But I need some more. I need some more. No, there's a sign saying no shooting. I don't know whether you believe me or not, but that red sign, that tiny red sign says no shooting, but it faces the canal. Like, boaters will not be carrying guns on them. We don't need to be told not to shoot. There is a space, but it's just after the bridge. And I feel like I'm just too broad for it. Sadly, guys, I may have ballsed this up here. Well, this is a pain. I can't moor here. There isn't a space. Effectively, I'll half block the bridge, so I can't moor. Hopefully, on the left, I'll find a spot now. And I'm going to give it a few days here, I think. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush because the locks ahead of me are closed for another 2 weeks. Right, well, I've run out of moorings because at the end of this line of 4 moored boats, there's no Armco. So I've kind of got to carry on. There are signposted decent mooring spots, and I've still got well over an hour of light, but that bridge is where I need to be. So every foot now that I move further away from that bridge, I'm making the trip into Nether Hayford that little bit longer. I may have overreached a little bit here in trying to find a good spot. Right, in another 1/10 of a mile, there's supposedly some decent mooring. Is this Armco? We've got Armco, guys. I might as well use it, right?